I want to welcome you this morning to this show. Thank you very much for always being here. My name again is Nikki Adekunle, your couple therapist and relationship coach. And today we want to talk about how are women coping with the changing roles in our homes today. And let's go on a quick break and we'll be right back. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's another beautiful Saturday morning, and I'm always excited to be here, and I'm always excited to be in your faces every Saturday morning. So, if learning about your relationship is something that gives you joy, is something that you are interested in, it's something that you are passionate about, then you're in the right place because here our goal is to help you understand your relationship at a very, very, very deep level. That you understand the things, the dynamics that are responsible for, whatever issues and conflicts that you're experiencing in your relationship. I am glad to be here. My name is Nikki Adekunle once again, and we have something as usual very interesting that we want to talk about today. And our topic for discussion today is, the effect of changing roles on women. The effect of changing roles on women. I think this fell out. Okay, now I think we are there. Okay, the effect of changing roles on women. How are women coping? Has it been positive, or people, a lot of people just think that women are enjoying more and all of that. So how are women really coping with the changing roles? Because sociologists have been able to come, to their research shows that roles in our homes are fast changing from what it used to be traditionally, and that the new roles are being embraced, not necessarily because people sat down to think about it, but the grounds are shifting underneath of our feet, and we need to be aware that things are gradually changing, and a lot of people are not braced up. They are not prepared, both mentally and even actually having a real conversation about this issue, that things are changing. How do you want us to structure our home now that things are really changing? And I think that you know not some people are not even aware. It's not in their consciousness that things are gradually, in fact, fast moving from what it used to be years ago to something new, and we need to be aware and prepared for these changes. And so last week, I remember that we spoke about how these changes are affecting our men, how these changes are affecting our men. And God knows, one of the alarming things that I have personally heard is that the number of men that commit suicide is almost doubling that of the woman. And it shows that there is something responsible, and our relationships are key in determining how somebody finds fulfillment. In fact, it is one of the major factors that make us have a fulfilling life. And so if a lot of men just feel like, I can't cope anymore, and the next step is to take their own lives, it shows that sometimes these roles that are changing, they are a bit too much on the men. But if you want to listen to what we spoke about last week, you can just go and look at our previous videos. But for today, I want us to talk about how these things affect women. And number one, I don't want to be like extremely rich kids that fail to, acknowledge their privileges. And sometimes it's very annoying when you have privileges and you refuse to acknowledge them. And so this morning I think that I want to start from the place of, the positive effects of these changes on women, so that we are not denying that things have improved for the women folk, because it would be unfair just to say that I know it's all bad simply because we want to just make ourselves feel better. And so I think that the changing roles, they've had positive effects on women, especially in the area of their confidence, in the area of their self-esteem, and in the area of independence. A lot of women today, they've gained a sense of, independence. Because women these days, they don't occupy that traditional role anymore. A lot of us work, a lot of us earn a good living, and so there's a sense of, independence that wasn't there before. Some in the previous, traditional setting, the woman was just supposed to be in the house, occupy the other room, and take care of the kids. But now women are, they are active and doing very well in our places of work now. And so that's, financial independence means a lot to women. And so they are independent, they can take decisions, they can decide on what they want, not wait for their spouses before they do whatever it is that they want to do. So women are a bit more independent these days. Secondly, a lot of women are now self-reliant, and like I said, I want to do this, I want to buy a house, I want to buy my car, I want to take care of my parents, I want to take care of my siblings. It's no longer a problem because I don't have to wait for you really to give me money to do all these things. So I can just go ahead and do the things that I want to do. So it's a bit comforting than for you to just, I want to take care of my mom, and your husband says, no, you can't. It's not right time. And you're like, no, all those frictions that used to come by, you take care of your family more, and you don't take care of mine. Really, they are now at the back burner because if I feel like I want to take care of my parents, I just inform you. Really, I don't have to take, So the women are a bit more self-reliant, and a lot of women, I think their esteem levels are up the roof these days because they feel valuable for the contributions that they are, for their contribution to the family. It means something for to be able to contribute something meaningful to your home. And we are building a house, and I decide that, what, I'm going to take care of this and this and this expenses. The children, okay, you are low on cash, don't worry, I'll pay their fees. And being able to do something that people will appreciate you for is just it's good. It's good to our self-esteem. And so one of the positive changes that the changing roles have caused for a woman, the effect is that a lot of them feel more valuable for the contributions that they make in their families. And also a lot of women, they have the freedom to exit a toxic relationship, which is huge. It's well, we can say it's positive, we can say it's negative, I want us to look at it from the positive light. There are so many women that are in toxic relationships that are unable to move, they are unable to forge ahead simply because where do I go to? Do I go back to my parents in the village? Is that what I want to do at this stage? So a lot of women just would generally stay on. Sometimes they blame it on the children. Okay, I have kids, what do you want me to do? But really, that financial independence that they have is basically responsible for their choices. And so a lot of women are in that space where they just stay put. But now with these changing roles, women going out there, working and living the traditional role of just wife and mother, they have that financial, they have that freedom to exit a toxic relationship. And also, a lot of women also are making meaningful contributions to our nation at large. And so a lot of women are in that space where they are able to contribute to the society, and through her knowledge and through her skills, and she's appreciated for it, and it feels good, for a lot of women, people like, Ngozi Okonjo Iweala, doing extremely well. A lot of women, in fact, a lot of women that we don't hear of their names on a national level, they are doing quite well, and they are being appreciated for their contributions to their organizations, to the society. A lot of people are in the NGO sector doing big things, helping people massively. And, this, being valued for the contributions that you're making is just a big deal. It's a big deal. And it just, also helps your self-esteem, and you feel better about yourself. You don't see yourself only from the eye of your spouse. Because sometimes if you are with your spouse alone, because of the proximity, not because they're not necessarily because they're a wicked person, but because of the proximity, they tend to see our faults and our weakness a lot. And so if you have the privilege of, getting other people to talk about you in positive light, at least there's something to fall back on. So when you get back home, and that your spouse just continues to tell, and this is really gender neutral, if your spouse begins to talk about, you are this, you are that, and you're like, well, I just left an occasion just now, and everybody has been singing my praises. So really, it's a big deal for women as well, that they are able to just contribute to the society. But those are the positive things. So women, I don't want you to have privileges and deny these privileges and claim that it's all doom, but it's not all doom. There are a lot of positive things that has happened to women as a result of moving away from that traditional setting, as it used to be. But so what are some of the negative things that the changing roles have caused in our homes? Some of the negative things that the changing roles. Now the woman has money, now she's commanding respect. Some of the things that it actually does is that a lot of women are perceived as arrogant because of their financial independence. And I'm saying perceived as arrogant, not necessarily because they are arrogant. The truth is, because the roles are changing, a lot of people also, a lot of people around them begin to just judge them on very harshly, and they still continue to expect the traditional roles from the women. A woman that has gone out since morning and probably has a meeting, and she's coming back at like 9 o'clock, and people at home want her to still be the one to make dinner. And if she wants to, for instance, delegate this role, some men may have a problem with it and say that I married you, not the house help. But truth is, we can't eat our cake and have it. And so a lot of women are perceived as arrogant. Some women even go as far as making their husbands food, making their spouses meals, and just tell them that, please, can you microwave it? And it is still met with resistance. A lot of men still feel like, hey, I'm still going to be the one to warm it. And so so some of these roles, they are just, we need to be aware that this is not a sign of arrogance. Things have changed, and how willing are we to accept and embrace these roles? Things have changed. Okay, I just want to quickly see some of the messages that I have. Oluwa Tosin Shikemiali, she says, good morning. Thank you for being here. She said, and self-development. Ovie Dogro says, good morning. Thank you very much for being here. Femi Adekunle says that we now have about 6 female bank MDs. Yeah, which is good. Like I said, we are not going to deny our privileges. We are going to acknowledge them. But the thing is that a lot of things that people think are arrogant moves are actually not arrogant moves. It is just because we've not sat down to process things and say that, and think it through, that if she goes and works this hard, can she also work this hard at home? So I think that there needs to be a balance so that we are not having conflicts that are uncalled for. We are not facing issues that are uncalled for. Secondly, I think that which is I've spoken about it while I was talking about the first one, is that a lot of people, women, are perceived as arrogant. The second thing is also that a lot of people still expect women to function in their traditional roles. They still expect women to function in their traditional roles. I've had a lot of single people confide in me, and they say something like, when we go out, I'm dating this guy and we go out, and they are very quick to say, can we split the bills? It's very exciting to them. They like it. They are enjoying the fact that, yeah, the new thing is that the roles are changing. So I don't have to be the one to foot all the bill when we go out. So I can easily ask a woman, can we split the bills? That in fact, the way they said is that it used to sweet them. They are very happy. They are quick to embrace that fact that, can we split the bills? They are quick to say that. But at the same time, they embrace that fact that, yeah, splitting of bills is the new thing. But that you, this same guy, you go to his home, or and he still expects you to come to his home and come and help him arrange the house, and you're wondering how does this work? What is this new equation? We need to define this new equation. It also happens in marriages as well. Some guys are quick to say, okay, so I will pay the children's school fees, you do the feeding, and you pick up this bill, pick up that bill, and I will do this. It is very easy for them to embrace that you're working and I'm working, so I can't kill myself. But when it still comes to, we come back from the office and we are both tired, the guy still feels like he should go and watch the news while the wife, takes care of dinner. And she's wondering, no, if if it is okay for you to quickly accept and embrace the fact that, come and split bills, then it should also be okay for us to split the roles within the home. It should not be a problem if I say, go and attend to the kids in the kitchen. That it's not a sign of arrogance. It's just the new thing, and that a lot of them still struggle when you try to split roles. They split the bills, but when you want to split the roles, it is still something that they cannot, embrace as easily as it is for them to, split the bills. Then another thing, one of the effects of this changing roles on women is that, I think a lot of women now face, higher sexual temptations. They have more, when it was in the traditional setting, the traditional roles where you just stay at home, the temptation is not a lot. The temptation is not a lot, and it was almost like you were guided, you were prevented. But now that you are out there, you are mixing with people even more than you are mixing. You are having interactions with your spouse. You have a lot more interactions with your colleagues at work than with your spouse. And we all know that one of the very one thing that makes relationship flourish is that time factor. When you spend time together, you build stronger bonds. But now that you are forming stronger bonds with people outside your home, the temptation is very high, very high. And because of the less time that people are spending together in the home, I also think that it creates, this this dynamic that we understand ourselves less. And if you are stressing me, I can just move on to social media, speak to my colleagues. I will just tolerate you this night. By the time I get to the office tomorrow, I'll be fine. So we don't really need to stress ourselves about making things work anyway, because I know that, well, it's one of those things I can't I can't kill myself for this life. So a lot of women are in that space as well. So, and it makes conflicts degenerate very fast. That is the effect. It makes conflict degenerate very fast. If we didn't have other interactions, if we didn't, we will solve our problems. But because, yeah, I beg, so, and for it makes sexual temptation for women very high. You have somebody that is liking you every day when you are wearing your best clothes to the office, and people are they just love you. And and somehow, because you're not spending much time, sexual temptations are high, and conflicts also degenerate very fast when we are in that space. And also, kids is also another negative impact on women. Kids are left to be attended to by any other person aside their parents, and especially their moms. And like I said, a lot of people have not fully come to grasp with the fact that you can't eat your cake and have it. I think that we all need to sit down and acknowledge the fact that things have changed, and what are the things that come with these new changes, and how do I prepare myself around these new changes? Because a lot of women as well, a lot of people, even mother-in-laws, neighbors, people generally in the community continue to judge a woman that is doing well in her career, and does not have the 100%, 100% attention for her children. And they continue to see it as a problem. They feel like you're not doing a great job. No matter what the person is doing, they feel like you're not doing a great job because simply because you are not attending firsthand to your children. I think that it's a bit too harsh. We need to understand that things are changing. In that home, what is her contribution? Before you even begin to judge that woman, in her home, what is the contribution? Is what plans has she made for her kids to be taken care of? Did she just hop and go, or did she put something in place that ensures that the kids are okay? And if she has done that, she has delegated rightly. And delegation is just it is that thing that makes the game just continue to go. So we need to understand that yeah, she may not be attending to her kids firsthand, but if she has made preparation, the new role gives her that liberty to leave them behind. Not because she doesn't care about them, she shows her care. Sometimes some women even Skype with their children from work. They Skype with them, they help them to do things, but because they're not there physically, the society just judges them. And even their husbands, sometimes they begin to feel bad that how I wish, for Christ's sake, that you are more like a woman. And these things can be hard emotionally for a woman, because yes, when I bring in the cash, it's okay. When I support you, it's fine. But the moment I can't do some of these traditional roles, I am still being compared. And sometimes some women talk about the fact that their husbands are having affairs with their maids, and it is painful because, okay, now you prefer me to be in that traditional space, but this maid, have you forgotten that this maid cannot contribute what I am contributing to this home? So I think that at the end of the day, every couple will have to decide, which exactly are we going to settle for? Do I want to settle for the traditional setting where I pick up all the bills? How easy is it for you to pick up all the bills in the home? And if you will need support in, catering for the, bills in the home, then what am I willing to give up in exchange? It is always about an exchange. Like I said, the only thing that we can do about life is to balance it. We can never have our cake and eat it. We can never eat our cake and have it. We can never get to that point where you have everything. And so we need to pick and choose. It is only in movies that we see super women and supermen. They just give one person this character that the person does everything and he does it well. No man, no woman can actually do everything and do it. The best we can do is to counterbalance, to do one thing at a time and later pay attention. So for a working class woman, she might just feel like, okay, you know what? Every August, when my kids are on long vacation, I'm going to be vacating with them at that time. And at that time, we'll be having fun. And that's 1 month. So she has counterbalanced. But the only other thing that she can do is to just continue to delegate and look for people that can help her, um, you know, in other things that she cannot pay attention to 100%. And so I think that because the roles are changing, like I said, we may not even want to change, but the ground is shifting underneath of our feet. And if we don't want to continue to live in, to be conflicted, to continue to have wrong expectations from our partners, I think these are things that we need to discuss. We need to discuss. Like I said, a lot of things are now subject to negotiations, and we need to negotiate in such a way that we have a template that, is acceptable, that is workable in our own homes. And so, on that note, I want to bring our talk for today to an end. And I want to say again that my name is Nike Adekunle, and I am a couple therapist and a relationship coach. And if there is anything that gives me joy, is to help you to attain a better relationship with your spouse, whether you are married or not. And so if you are going through any challenge in your relationship and you want to speak to someone that you trust and that is going to give you professional advice, not cultural advice, not the advice that will actually move your relationship to the next level and give you skills to work with, then you should be speaking to us. At Swim Relationship Academy, I actually run a relationship school. It's called Swim Relationship Academy. And what we do is give you skills. And I'm saying practical skills that can help you up your game in your relationship, give you peace of mind and the intimacy that you have always dreamt about. And I'm not talking about plastic intimacy. I'm not talking about ephemeral, peace. I'm talking about peace and intimacy that is real and that is genuine. And if you want to understand anything about your finances, we have courses that can help you. Is there any place in your relationship where you're having issues? It is simply because you don't have enough knowledge in that area. And so we have courses online that can help you to achieve this. Go online, go to our website, and you'll find a lot of courses that can help you to advance your relationship. Like I said, we read and we get knowledge in every other area except in our relationship. And our relationships, we outlive a lot of things that we do. And so if there is anything that I would implore you to do, I would say that you should please give your relationship a fighting chance. Speak to us. We are professionals in the area, or take our courses to get more knowledge. And until I come your way again next Saturday, where I'll be educating you about something that would, help you propel your relationship to the next level. Bye for now. My name is, once again, is Nike Adekunle.